saw a bunch of work up there too, the satellite work with the Orbitech satellite out of Plainville, and also work with their basically the ownership company down in Manhattan, in Hudson Square, the new Disney office down there, doing the satellite stuff down there too, down in Manhattan. So yeah, so a lot of stuff over there. But yeah, that complex in Bristol is something. Oh my God, it's like a city in itself, as you know. And I wondered at first when I drove along the route there, 229, that these have all the dishes out front, as you know, and then they only have one left now. And of course, I saw they're all in back now, but which makes more sense. You know, people can have some fun shooting at them or something like that from the road. But anyway, they're all in back now. But yeah, we're just there a few weeks ago, changing the dish and putting in some kind of new system, and then their IT guys had to put it into their, into their system. I don't know what I'm talking about there. Just know, gave them the satellite signal, and then they worry about it. KD1 AEV, WA1 EDX Mobile. Yeah, it's a brand new building down there at 60 Hudson Street. It houses the ABC stuff plus, Disney stuff, and ESPN's going to be in there too, because we had a, well, we still have, I think they're still in the process of moving over studios over at South Street Seaport. So that's moving over to 60 Hudson as well too. So big building down there, and then ABC moves out of the other location. I can't think of the name of the street, but yep, the place is big. And I worked in transmission for a couple of years too in Bristol before I moved over to the department I'm in now. I started years ago in the remote engineering department out on the road with trucks and taking care of RF, and then came in-house when Disney sold the remote trucks, and it's where I am now in what we call our remote operations. But it's still having fun. I'm getting up there. I'll be 64 next week, so time is starting to get to where I'm going to want to retire. Joe, I'll tell you what, I'll throw it back to you. I'm backing in the driveway. I'm going to go inside and get some lunch because I haven't had lunch yet today. And a pleasure chatting with you, and we'll probably catch you down the line here. Have a good evening, KB180. Timing, because I'm going down here in Shelton, so I'll be losing it pretty soon anyway. So I was going to make this my final. I'm talking to you, and we're all about what you've been doing. We got a lot in common. Not yet, but things that we've been doing, all that. So we'll chat more, I'm sure. And then I'm glad that we're on the same page and making kind of cardioid when it comes in. So that was great. So yeah, I guess, well, the other guy you have to call for a veteran named Mike, MCJ. He works with me on center work, and I'm never going to put that for me. Emily said about 2 months, so I can't. But anyway, send me greetings. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we'll chat with you again sometime in your future, I'm sure. And great job what you guys are doing with this. KD1 AEV, WA1 EDX Mobile, Shelton, there.
Thank you. I'd like to also take a moment of silence, and before we do that, I just wanted to briefly talk about the Vice President of the City Council, Robert J. Zagorowski, who was laid to rest today. I attended his funeral, and I'll tell you, it's hitting pretty hard. He was a good friend, he was a colleague, and he was a true champion for the city of Chicopee. He not only touched many lives, but maybe even thousands of people during his tenure. He was our first canine officer, and he was also our first air officer, vice president of the city council, like I said, and his legacy has made a lasting impact on many generations here in the city of Chicopee. Bob will be dearly missed, and our condolences go out to the entire Zagorowski family, and to anyone whose life he had touched. I know he had touched mine, and it has really been an honor to know him. As a city, we hope to carry on his legacy, and it continues to echo through the streets of Chicopee with his famous quote, "If you see something, say something." So I'd like to take a moment of silence in honor of Air Officer Robert Zagorowski, who certainly impacted many generations, and made sure they were aware of the impact that drug use could have on your life, and hopefully deterred many from using. So on that note, let's take a moment of silence. Rest in peace, my friend. Thank you. We'll take a roll call for board attendance.
Mayor View,
Here.
Ms. Russo, here. Mr. Barcelo, Mr. Dow,
Here.
Mrs. Perret, present. Mrs. Schofield, here. Mr. Brooks,
Here.
Mr. Lamont,
Here.
Mr. Gerard,
Here.
Mr. Bernard,
Here.
Mrs. Lopes, present. Dr. McCarthy,
Present.
11 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. Public announcements by committee members. I'll start to my left. Vice Chair.
My condolences to the Gorowski family. Bob was one of those guys that whenever I needed something, if I